All right, friends, so today we're going to be talking about adverbs. We're going to watch this short video that addresses adverbs, and then afterwards, we have an adverbs worksheet that we're going to be working on.
By Melissa. You know that nouns are words we use for the people, places, and things we use, speak, and write about.
So friends, the first thing she's talking about is nouns. Nouns are people, places, or things. We learned about those.
You've also learned that adjectives modify nouns by describing them, making the picture more clear to your reader.
Adjectives are words that are used to describe nouns. So now that we understand what adjectives are and nouns are, we're going to move on to understanding what an adverb does and how it helps in a sentence.
Happy children, busy park, juicy hamburger. This relationship between nouns and adjectives is very similar to the relationship between verbs and a part of speech known as the adverb. Adverbs, what are they?
So friends, verbs. Does anyone remember what a verb is? We talked about those last week. Liam, what is a verb?
Action verbs make you want to move.
Absolutely, nice job. Very good for remembering. Verbs are action words. They tell people how they are going to move, is what Liam said. Well, adverbs and verbs have the same relationship that adjectives and nouns do. They help each other in a sentence.
Relax. That's what we are here to learn about. Adverbs are one of the most powerful tools you can use to express yourself when speaking and writing. So open your toolbox and let's get started. You may have heard that adverbs modify verbs, but what does that really mean? Well, the word modify means to change. You know that verbs are the action words we use when we read, speak, and write. Adverbs modify or change verbs by telling how, where, or when the verb happened. Adverbs that tell how often end in ly, like loudly and swiftly. Adverbs that tell where include upstairs and there. And some adverbs that tell when are today and never. As a matter of fact, adverbs are so powerful that using them can actually change the entire meaning of your sentence. Awesome! But how? I'll show you. For example, if I write the sentence, Lance happily boarded the plane, happily is my adverb.
So friends, one of the most important things too, to give you a little clue to identifying your adverbs. Adverbs usually end in ly at the very end. So instead of the word happy, it becomes happily if we add ly to it.
It tells how Lance boarded the plane. He was excited. He could hardly wait to go. But if I change the adverb to fearfully, Lance fearfully boarded the plane, Lance is afraid. He doesn't want to get on the plane. By changing my adverb, I change the entire situation. Likewise, if I write the sentence Anne hungrily ate her eggs, hungrily is my adverb. It tells how Anne ate her eggs. She sure looks happy. But if I change the adverb to sadly, Anne sadly ate her eggs, I change the entire situation. Anne sure doesn't look happy now. Maybe she doesn't even like eggs. There are a couple of keys to recognizing adverbs in sentences. First, find the verb, which is usually the action word of the sentence. Then, ask yourself how, when, or where the verb happened.
So friends, these are two rules that we have to look for. Find the verb. And Liam so smartly told us that the action word is usually our verb. And then from there, we can usually see how, when, or where. These are the same words that we look for when we are doing a story. So all of you know what those words mean. So now when we're reading sentences, the how, when, or where the verb happened is usually our adverb.
So let's practice finding this adverb in some simple sentences.
You see,
Amy quickly walked across the street.
All right, so here's our first sentence. Amy quickly walked across the street. Our verb is walked because walk is an action. So what would be our adverb? Would it be the word quickly? The word that ends in ly? Or would it be across, Kaya? Kaya, would it be quickly or across our adverb? Quickly or across? Kaya, quickly or across? It is not the word across. It is the word quickly.
you see,
If we're looking, quickly is telling us how fast that person is walking. So they're not doing a snail pace. They are moving. They are walking really fast. And if we're looking, the word quickly also ends in the word ly. That was one of our Kaya, that's too loud.
you see,
Ly was one of our key points that we needed to look for. That's a quick way to identify an adverb in our sentence. Is looking at ly.
First, we need to find the verb, which is usually the action word in the sentence. Do you see a word that shows action? Well, I know Amy is a girl, so she is a person. So what did Amy do? She walked. Walked shows action. Walk is my verb. Now I need to ask myself how, when, or where the verb happened. Do you see a word that tells how Amy walked? Quickly.
There's our word
Quickly walked
quickly.
across the street. Quickly is an adverb telling Let's
Yeah,
look at
that's
another
too loud.
sentence.
you see, Bears begin.
Hal played his harmonica yesterday.
All right, here's our next
You
example.
see, saltfish and chips.
Hal played his harmonica yesterday. So what would be our verb? Liam, what is our verb? Played or yesterday?
Yesterday.
No, yesterday
Play.
played. Because he's playing. You play with your blocks, he's playing with his harmonica. So played is our verb.
First, we need to find the verb, which is usually the action word in the sentence. Do you see a word that shows action? I know Hal is a boy, and he is a person. So what did Hal do? He played his harmonica. Played shows action. Played is my verb.
Bad picture win. Liar, bad.
Now I need to ask myself how, when, or where the verb happened. Do you see a word that tells how Hal played his harmonica? No. Do you see a word that tells when Hal played his harmonica? Yesterday. Yesterday is an adverb that tells when.
So friends, this one was a little bit more hard.
You
But
see, Doctor?
we found our verb, which was the word played. But then we didn't have a word up here that ended in ly. So we had to look at our second rule, which was to see, using our verb, how, when, or where. So it didn't tell us how he played his harmonica, but it did tell us when he played his harmonica. And he played it yesterday. So now we know that he didn't play his harmonica today, but he played his harmonica yesterday. And if today's Wednesday, we know that Kyle
adverb in the sentence one more time. The children ran outside. First, I need to find the verb, which is usually the action word in the sentence.
So the children ran outside. Our verb is the word ran. So that's our first check. Our second one, our verb is ran. How, when, or where did the verb happen? So we don't have anything to describe how it happened. They're not telling us how fast someone ran or how slowly someone ran. There's nothing that says what day of the week it occurred, so there's our when. But it does tell us where. The children were outside playing. They were outside running. So outside is our adverb.
Do you see a word that shows action? Well, I know children are people, so what did the children do? They ran. Ran shows action. Ran is my verb. Now I need to ask myself how, when, or where the verb happened. Do you see an adverb that tells how the children ran? No. Do you see an adverb that tells when the children ran? No. Do you see an adverb that tells where the children ran? Outside. The children ran outside. Outside is an adverb that tells where the children ran. And if I wanted to add another adverb, I could tell how the children ran outside. The children happily ran outside. Hooray! So now that you know what a powerful tool adverbs are, it's time for you to get started. Thank you for joining me at Grammar Songs by Melissa.
All right. So friends, we have a worksheet. On our worksheet, it tells you an adverb is a word that describes a verb. So the first thing that you guys want to do is identify the verb. From there, you're going to look for the adverb, something that is describing the verb. And remember, one of our key things to look for is the ly at the end of a verb. An adverb. That is a easy way to find that adverb.